All right. Do we have any intro for this one? What is up, everybody? This is Mix and Bag Podcast, where the boys discuss and share their experiences in life. Starting with today's host, me, Markus, together with my friends here, Hikaru,
Hello.
and as well as Reddoshi.
Hi.
For today's first podcast, yes, this is the first podcast of Mix and Bag. We will be talking about our journey and experiences regarding sound and audio, as well as our realization of its potential and role in multimedia and creative works. But before we start, we would like to introduce ourselves first, starting from me, since I am talking the first one. As some of you already know who I am simply Marcus. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and on my Discord server. I'm an artist, an illustrator, well, kinda illustrator, and I draw lots of things such as anthropomorphic characters, like those characters from Zootopia or any kind of Disney characters, as well as the monsters or creatures from the Hello Boss and Has Been Hotel series made by Vibsy Pop. And now I'm going to hand the microphone to Hikaru.
Thank you, Marcus. Anyways, I am Hikaru. I am a 3D artist. Most of my works are based on the video game Splatoon, and the softwares that I would commonly use as of 2022 is Blender. Before I started using or becoming a 3D artist, using a program known as Source Filmmaker or SF, it's what led me to become an artist today. Currently, as of this year, 2022, I've been learning Blender and been giving it a shot and learning the tricks, the tips, whatnot.
Huh, 3D Blender, yeah? It's a
Yep.
fun software that most animators use, especially 3D animators use right now instead of Maya. But hey, Blender is a good software. How about you, Reddoshi?
Indeed.
Hey, hello. I am Reddoshi. Usually I'm called Reddoshi Rosegi, but you can call me Reddoshi for short. So I am also an illustrator, and I draw anthropomorphic characters, furry characters, and maybe sometimes characters from other fandoms, such as Pokemon or Final Space, if you ever knew about that show. That's pretty much it.
I never got to watch that show, but I know Final Space is a good animation made by, I forgot which, but I've seen some shots of it. It's so good. Yeah. So, anything new from the class? Since we are all classmates and we formed this Mix and Bag. Anything new from the class, like
Yeah.
projects or something
Yeah.
that we need to do? There is.
Yeah, we're supposed to be focusing on like this one project for sound and audio.
Oh yeah, of course. Of course. But yeah, since you answered that, Reddoshi, well, what is your experiences and, of course, your journey regarding with sound and audio?
Alright, so here's the tea. So
Here's
basically,
tea.
basically, my experience in sound design, right? It's a bit of a mixed bag. Okay,
No pun intended.
so my experience when it comes to sound design is it's a little bit complicated. It's at some point it's easy, at some point it's hard. There are some activities that can be a little bit challenging, some a little bit of a slog to do, but there are some that I do really have fun in making. Yeah, that's basically it.
So it really is a mixed experience. I mean, I think I did had a mixed experience too as well, but overall it was fun. How about you, Hikaru? How was your
Uh,
experience?
if I were to describe it, same as you guys, it was a fun experience. Though there's some challenging tasks we need to handle. My favorite part about the subject is about the time when we were supposed to make our own music with using the apps that are provided, and another one involving, if I recall, there was an assignment where we're gonna add a sound effect or
Ah,
some
yeah, that
background music
assignment.
on a
Yeah, I do remember that.
yeah. Not gonna. I had fun with that. Not gonna lie. As
It
someone who listens a
was.
lot of soundtracks, OSTs a lot, I I kinda enjoyed it. I had fun the most on that assignment.
It was okay. It was a very nice experience to actually have this kind of subject, especially in multimedia arts. At first, actually, I thought like I joined multimedia arts because I wanna animate, I wanna learn animation, but then of course lots of things have lots of courses that just not focus on animation. It also focuses on different multimedia parts, such as this subject, which is music production. And for me, music production is one of the most important thing to tackle in multimedia or any kind of forms of like concerts or like this podcast. Actually, we need to but sadly I did not prepare. We did not prepare much, but yeah, music production is one of the most important subject that we should tackle inside multimedia arts, since music production is, well, without music, there's no lie. We can't live without music, right? You guys agree with that statement?
Yes,
Yeah, absolutely.
indeed.
See, like without the music or without the proper management of music, is something that could make the audiences feel off or not good about the music because it was handled bad. So music production is one of the important subjects to tackle if you are taking multimedia arts. And
Yeah.
regarding with this subject, we since of course us three are classmates and we attended some face-to-face classes, I would like to ask Kyle, how was your experience, like the face-to-face classes, like the activities, the what do you call this, the activities that our teacher gave us, and how was the experience?
Okay, so if I were to rate my experience in face to face, it was fun to say the least. But there are some moments that could be it has a tendency to be very exhausting,
By
especially where
exhausting, what do you mean by exhausting?
okay, so uh there are a few factors as to why it's exhausting. Is I would say mainly um not to throw shade or to dog on anyone, right? But I did the one that exhausted me the most is some of our group mates, if you will. Because
Oh
if you
yeah,
know
we
me, if
we
you know
are
me, I am.
roommates.
Yeah, we are group mates, but no, I'm not talking about you. You know who it is. You know who it is. But like,
Just kidding.
no. Okay. Um, as you may know me, right? I am an introvert. I'm a big
I
introvert.
think everyone here in the podcast are introverts.
Yeah.
I, no, yeah, that's true. That's true, actually.
That's actually
But
true.
like, the thing is, we have particular group mates, right? And the thing about them is just like they're the like the loudest people you can ever see, right? Ever get to experience. So like,
We had to ask
they're
Hikaru
literally
about
just
that. Is it the
every
loudest?
every.
Uh, if you
So
loudest to say.
so far, like the most like how do you call it, boisterous, if you will. And it was like it's just like every time we do an activity with them, they just like sap the energy out of you, and then it gets exhausting.
That is
Yeah,
fair.
at some point, even like half of the activities that we do, I would just like conk out or just like tear into space because it just got so low energy. I don't know what the fuck am I doing anymore.
I'm guessing they're the normies, right?
Well, not really normies. I wouldn't say
No,
they
no,
are
no, no,
normies. No, they are
No,
pretty
they're
chill. They do love
They are-
some memes that showing up around the internet. Yeah, they are very kind yet. Well, yeah, energetic, and that is wait. Let me. Someone called. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, they're that person, our group mate or our leader of the group, is actually a very energetic person, and I adore that. I love that. But sometimes it's like Hikaru. Do you have you noticed that like the whole class without them, without our leader on our group, the class will be just quiet and just not lively at all.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. He's the most active guy
Yeah,
on
he
the group,
is.
and he's pretty cool. I gotta say, prior to the
He is very
What?
cool.
The group, the entire class.
yeah,
Cool.
or the entire class to correct. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, yeah, it was okay. The face-to-face classes, I did not attend some parts because like I got sick one time, and I think that was the activity where we you guys I think I've heard that you guys had to like make a production or something like the music, and you had to remix some the hymn of the hymn of the school, remix it with the Backstreet Boys.
Yes, we did that.
I
was the
wish,
group.
I wish that I was part of it, but nah, I was too sick and I never got to attend, sadly.
Yeah, sad. It was pretty fun. Not gonna lie.
But Hikaru, how during that time, how was the whole thing during the face-to-face classes? What happened during the face-to-face classes?
It was really like I said earlier. It was pretty fun. Everyone is lively.
Well, beside the general things, of course. Like,
To be specific, the activity, especially this one, it was amusing. I gotta say. Then there was this one time where we had to make a where we go out around the school making sound effects. If I recall. Then we're gonna make a sound effect. We're gonna make some sound effects. It's either you guys go outside the auditorium, look for some sound effects. Either you open or close the door, something like that.
I see. It was. I think it was the similar activity here. If you're not you're attending online classes. I do remember recording some parts like opening the door, closing the door, and
Yes.
well, that's the only prop that I actually the whole activity on that part. I never use any kinds of materials except the door. Like the door is my only best friend during that time because like that's the only instrument that I could use and make a sound. If I remember correctly, what I did there is basically use my vocals to make the sound effects like the cleaning the glass, like cling 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 cling. I just literally winged it. Like
Yeah.
which is kind of sad. It was kind of sad, sadly, that I never really put effort to that activity because I was sick at the time too. So
I'm guessing there was the time where you had to find a laugh track. Was it?
backtrack. What?
It was also part of the activity where you got to record a laugh track for people.
Oh,
Like this,
that leads to Reddoshi, because like I was
yeah,
not present because I was sick that time. So Reddoshi,
yeah,
how about you answer about that?
yeah. Do you remember that? Huh?
Laugh track? I
Yeah.
may have not. I have literally conked out the entire time. Basically,
Well, all right. You
this is
go
so
on. Go on.
basically what I remember from the activity, right? So it is the activities are separated into three sections, right? So our group, and then Hikaru's group are pretty much like merge into one, and we're gonna record a series of like sound effects for the first phase of the activity. We're gonna record a series of like sound effects that we can use for a later project, right? And then for the second phase of the activity, we're gonna record a commercial, two commercials to be in fact. So in fact, we're gonna do a voiceover of that. And the third activity is to record Malayan hymn. We're gonna do a remix of Malayan hymn, which we did
Man, it
in the
was.
tune of the Backstreet Boys, "I Want It Your Way" or something like that.
I wish I
Yeah,
was there.
yeah. We wish you were there. Also, for the first part, as far as I remember, when we were doing the second part,
What?
we had some bloopers there, here and there. At the same time, we also got to laugh for the
Yeah,
first part of the activity, which was convenient at the same. I gotta say, good times, good times.
Hmm. It was like yeah, I never got to experience that sadly, but actually activities that I really enjoyed during the classes was the creating a music even if it's bad. I think Reddoshi was absent during that time because what was the reason why we were absent?
Yeah.
okay. Just to put into perspective, I live 2 provinces away from
Oh, yeah,
school,
of
and
course, yeah, that one too.
I'm not gonna deal with trying to commute like at 5 p.m. where I'm just incredibly miserable for the entire time.
Yeah, that's a fair
Mhm.
that's a fair
Yeah.
excuse because well, we're not really required to attend face-to-face classes,
Yeah.
but yeah.
It's up to us if you want to go there or not.
Yeah, that's a reasonable that's a fair reason why absent that time because you two, what do you say, that two villages, no,
Provinces,
two
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 provinces away,
provinces,
literally.
see, like you had to travel each week, no, not really week, twice a week,
Days
no,
a week, yeah, pretty much.
no, not really twice a week. I forgot how many, but yeah, you had to travel time to time from two provinces to just to attend a class, and then go back home around afternoon, like 5 p.m. Then you arrive at home probably around 8. So that's a fair excuse. But yeah, during that time, I had good and bad experiences during that time because like of course, same group as Riddoshi's, the lively leader, which I adore. I love lively people, but
Mhm.
sometimes it kind of just brings other members down. Like me, for example, we were doing great at first, like the individual one. We were making our own music, and I enjoyed that. Like the music, you had to put the music to the, what do you call this, one video from the chosen things. I chose the Fast and the Furious scene, yeah, and then I made that made a music for it, so I enjoyed that part. And then the group part came in, and I had to say we didn't do much. Like, what do you call this, we, instead of working on the project, like shooting a video or like recording some music or noises, no, what we did, the leader itself asked us like, hey, you guys are hungry? And then one of our members, and yeah, I'm kind of hungry. And then the leader said, hey, wanna grab some snack? And then yeah, sure. And then of course me, I'm there. Yeah, sure, why not? I could grab some food to eat. Then we went out and spent half an hour outside. Came back in. Only had 30 minutes left to work on that final group. But yeah, it was bad and good. That's the bad part, but at the same time, good part because we enjoyed.
Oh yeah, I ran into you guys one time when you were guys eating out.
You were.
We we were
I never.
me and my leader and my other group member. After we ate, we tried to do the commercial, the sound commercial. I did the sound, and the three of us just went out on the field and recorded the Nike commercial. We chose to do the Nike commercial to me and the group lead and the leader of our group wore Nike shoes. So we we took the convenience out of it.
That's nice,
It was-
at least.
Yeah. I had fun doing that.
How about you, Reddoshi? What did you do during you were on your home? Is it the same
mean-
activity?
Pretty much the same activity, yeah. I also did the same thing that you did. I made music for the Fast and the Furious clip, and then I also made like the Nike commercial. Just like pretty much the two simplest things to do in the entire activity. So yeah, it's pretty much.
You said the easiest part of the activity. It was not easy for us, our group.
Yeah, I am so sorry. My condolences for your.
No one died, don't worry. My grades died though. It was painful. It was red.
Have to pay respects.
Lord.
But yeah, it was still fun. How about what do you call this? How about what activity? What was that? The first activity that we had. Did you guys enjoy it at least? The voice recording and stuff.
No,
By first,
The
yeah,
first one.
okay. He gotta go first, sure.
okay. Oh yeah, by first activity you meant the one with making sound
Yeah.
effects.
Yeah.
On the-
The one on
Oh,
the
yeah.
mixer.
Was it? If I recall, was it the one with the cat?
Cap.
That's the first activity. The
Cap.
first activity, yeah, the cat. There was a one time where we had to make. That's our first assignment, which is the cat, where
Yeah,
we had to make.
cat.
Yeah, the cat. We're gonna add some sound effects. Luckily, I was able to get some sound effects aside from the ones our professor provided. Thanks to SFM, I got some sound effects to be used on that video, which is why
that
I was
one.
able
I know, I
to finish
remember.
in a short time. Yeah, that's right, the cat.
I think that was the best activity that I had, and I enjoyed at least. Well, I did enjoy every single activity, but like literally enjoyed the progress. Like I'm not stressing the progress out. It's just add some sound effects on the cat and the man. Actually, I used my voice there instead of using some default voice. Since I never got any resources to make sound effects, so I had to improvise, which uses my my voice for it. So anyway, do you guys see any potential or any realization of the potential of the role as the multimedia and creative works for the music production?
I mean, yeah. There's like a big proposition when it comes. Whoa. There's a big proposition when it comes to like audio, in terms of the multimedia process, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's one of the most important aspects of the multimedia process. It does happen. It's like every single procedure in the audio process. It always happens at the back. It's not always at the forefront of multimedia stuff, so to speak. Like every single thing that happens when you do audio, it's always at the back. Like it still has a discipline of its own, and like the fact that we get to experience it now, like just the basics of it, it's pretty amazing.
It
It's
is.
really important, I'd say.
How about you, Hikaru? Do you have any realizations about the potential and the role in multimedia and creative works as a music production, 4D music production? I mean,
Absolutely, actually. As someone who listens a lot of OSTs, and of course we are multimedia artists, we do animations and music really helps give the situation or give the feel. For example, what music would it fit if it were to make a fight scene? How
hmm,
can I make this dramatic? You know what I mean? Like you couldn't put lively music on some dramatic scene where everyone wouldn't we?
you kind of cut off for a bit.
Sorry if I sound too fast there.
No, 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 you cut off. Like literally, we didn't hear any. Or is it on my side? Probably it's on my side only.
It's also on my side as well.
Ah, I see.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
As I
you.
was, uh,
That's
as I
one.
was saying,
What do they call this? Yeah, you go continue.
yeah, as I was saying, when it, the importance of music production in this total multimedia arts is quite significant, at least, because it helps, right? And it helps around the overall content. And as someone who makes 3D art and animation, sometimes music really helps because you can you can improve the mood of the scene, for example.
That's correct.
Yeah, and it also it also like gives out the emotion either directly or indirectly on some scenes and here and there. Like who would even put some lively music on a sad scene now? Who wouldn't?
Mm-hmm.
Or who would, I mean.
I would if I want to mess with my audiences.
Maybe so. But overall, it's a useful quirk, I gotta say. And
It's good.
and it should not be removed if I were to ask about it.
Like I said a while ago in the first part of of the podcast, music is one of the most important thing in every single aspect. Like, what do you call this? Entertainment, some production, some advertisement. Music is one of the most important thing in life, because without music we can't really have very lively things such as our vocals. We can't make songs. We can't show our voices to the public or to the people around us. So yeah, and with the use of music production, especially the knowledge that we are learning from music production, it adds more information about music production or the music itself. So it is one of the most important thing in life. So since everyone has shared their experiences about the the class that we had, we would like to thank first our teacher that we do not want to reveal the name because it's a privacy thing. We would like to thank our teacher for taking care of the class itself, even if the class is chaotic. Yes, like we have said a while ago, we have shared. We would like to thank our teacher for giving us more information about the music production and their efforts, their passion, their the what do you call this? I forgot the words. But yeah,
The guidance.
yeah, the guidance itself. Yeah, the guidance towards the students are very nice too. So we kudos to you, sir, We love to hear more of your studies. No, we would love to hear more of your lectures about music prod. And we would like to also have fun too in terms of like, creating music and stuff like that. So anyway, had to wrap up the podcast right now because we we don't really want to make it longer. Maybe in the future we could. Probably next episode. This is the first episode after all, and it's our first. So if you guys have any ideas, just let us know in the comment section down below. We'll read it and probably discuss this like me, Hikaru, and Reddoshi. Once again, if you guys want to visit their social medias, my social media as well, you can go check in the description down below, and you'll see the social medias that Hikaru and Reddoshi has. So stay safe as always, and COVID is still around. Wear a mask, of course. You guys have any warnings or advices to the people before we end the podcast?
I do. Stay hydrated and keep healthy and be healthy.
Yeah, that's good. How about you, Hikaru?
Well, I gotta say, you guys stay safe. Like you said earlier, COVID is still out there. Wear a mask.
Alright. Anyway, guys, this is Mix and Bag Podcast signing off. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.